Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Moore, and in this video I want to go over the builder's walkthrough. I want to talk about what goes on before, during, and after so you could set your expectations when you go through the walkthrough with the builder. Alright, so I'm going to start off and I'm going to assume you're getting the home inspected because even though it's a new home, you really should be having an inspector go in and inspect it. So what usually happens, I'm going to be pretty general here, but this is pretty much how it goes with most builders. So around 7 to 10 days prior to you closing on the home, you're going to have your inspector go out there. They're going to go through everything. They could rip the home apart, and either you or your real estate agent will give the inspection report to the builder. Now, when I say builder, I don't mean the company. I mean the superintendent who's handling the job. You're going to give it to them. They're going to just take it, and it's going to be a punch sheet. And they're going to basically use it as that and fix everything on there. It's not a problem with builders. I never run into this as an issue. And then around 8 to 9 days before closing, the actual builder is going to go out there and they're going to take a look at everything. They're going to look in the inside of the home, the outside the home. They're going to start making notes and what needs to be done, and then they'll have their own set of notes. And then around 1 week, 7 days prior to you closing, you're going to go out and you're going to do your walkthrough, not your final walkthrough, but your walkthrough in orientation with the builder. So you're going to go take a look and you're going to get some blue tape because 95% of what you're going to see are going to probably be painting issues. Stuff like paint runs, oversprays, maybe paint and carpet, stuff like that. So you're going to take a lot of blue tape. Now you may find other things that are wrong. Maybe a bathtub's been nicked, or I don't know, a tile's been cracked or something like that. And that's okay. You're going to go ahead and note all that stuff. So now the builder is going to have 3 lists. They're going to have the inspector list, they're going to have their list, and then they're going to have your list. So when you go in for the initial walkthrough, don't expect the home to be perfect. It'll generally be clean, but it's not going to be perfect. So keep your expectations low. Give the builder time to fix it, because what they don't want to do is they don't want to have to go out there 2 and 3 times. So what they like to do is have the inspector go out there, the builder go out there, you go out with the builder and maybe your real estate agent, and you start looking for things. They'll compile a list and then they'll put it all together, and then they'll have their crew go out there. And then what will happen at the same time that you're doing your walkthrough, the builder's going to do an orientation on the home with you. So they'll generally start in the outside, and they're going to go over stuff like, this is where your sewer clean out is, this is where your water shut-off valve is, this is, then they'll go inside the home and they'll show you where your HVAC system is and what maintenance you need to do, and if you need to know how the irrigation system works, or the oven or microwave, and they'll basically walk through the home with you and give you an orientation on the home. Now, if you're closing, and most builders will do this, you'll usually close, I would say, late morning, early afternoon. And when you do, they'll do the walkthrough the morning of closing. Now, this is your final walkthrough. So you're going to go through and you're going to go through the check sheet or list, and they're just going to walk you through and say, this has been done, and make sure everything's done. Now, let's say for some reason you get out there and maybe there was a light fixture that didn't come in, or maybe the crown molding on the cabinetry, they're still waiting for some, or something like this, and everything wasn't done. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to want to ask them for an exception letter. That's usually what most builders call it, an exception letter. It's sort of basically just a letter on the company letterhead stating everything that needs to be done after closing, because the builder, no matter what, is going to want you to close that home. They're not going to want to wait. This doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. I would say less than 5% of the time it happens, but it does happen, and the builders are always real good at making repairs. I always follow up with all my home buyers and make sure everything's done. So always just make sure you get everything in writing. So if everything's not the way you want it done, before you sign the documents, make sure it's in writing. It's on the company letterhead, and try to get an idea when they're going to do it. Sometimes they can't give you an exact date, but they could give you an idea. They just usually want to get it done and not have to worry about it, so they're generally not going to drag it on. Again, as I've always said, get a good real estate agent. Get an agent that understands new construction. It's going to make things so much easier on you. And if they know what they're doing, they're going to probably even be able to save you a lot of money. Whether it's myself or whether it's someone else, just make sure you get a really good agent. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments. Subscribe, and I wish you the best of luck on your home purchase or new home purchase.